Welcome to your night flight to a relaxed tomorrow. Fasten nothing, lean back, let go. This is your captain, Jennifer speaking. Let's travel through the night to a new day full of new possibilities. Welcome aboard. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to stay awake. Just let my voice be the gentle hum in the background as you settle into this night flight. Tonight you are traveling on a red-eye flight to Tokyo, an overnight journey across time zones, oceans, and silence. A flight where the world slowly dims and rest takes over. Right now you are stepping into the aircraft. The cabin lights are low, warm, and calm. Everything moves slower at night. There is no rush here. You find your seat comfortable, safe, supported. As you sit down, you notice the soft sounds around you, the muted footsteps in the aisle, the quiet rustle of blankets, the distant click of overhead bins closing one by one. You fasten your seatbelt. A small, familiar sound, reassuring, grounding. Outside the window, the runway lights stretch into the darkness. Long glowing lines guiding us forward. The night sky feels vast, calm, endless. This is a night flight, a special kind of journey where most of the world sleeps while you glide peacefully above it. The engines begin their gentle hum, not loud, just steady, constant, a sound that carries you. As the aircraft slowly pushes back from the gate, you can already feel the day loosening its grip on you. The thoughts that followed you here can stay behind on the ground. There's nothing you need to solve tonight, nothing to figure out, nothing to replay. This flight is simply about rest. The safety demonstration begins. But you don't need to focus on the words. You already know you are safe. The aircraft was built for long journeys, for crossing oceans in the dark, for carrying people gently through the night. Soon the cabin lights dim even further. A soft blue glow settles over the rows of seats. Some passengers are already closing their eyes. Others are wrapped in blankets, drifting quietly inward. You can do the same. As the aircraft lines up on the runway, there is a moment of stillness, a pause. Then, slowly, the engines increase in power. You feel a gentle push into your seat as the aircraft begins to roll, faster and then lighter. The ground releases us. We lift into the night sky, leaving the city lights behind like distant stars below. Everything becomes quieter, smoother, calmer. As we climb, your body can begin to sink deeper into the seat. Your breathing slows naturally in and out. Each breath softer than the last. The flight will last many hours, and there is nothing required of you during any of them. You don't need to stay awake for the journey. You don't need to follow every detail. Even if you fall asleep now, the flight will continue smoothly, safely, steadily. We will cross oceans while you rest. Time zones will pass unnoticed. The world below will turn quietly beneath us, and you can simply sleep. We are now fully settled into our cruise across the night sky. The aircraft moves effortlessly, as if the air itself is holding us. Outside the window, there is only darkness, and somewhere far below, the ocean reflects faint traces of moonlight. At the altitude, the world feels very far away. No traffic, no noise, no expectations. Just the steady rhythm of flight. You might notice how your body feels heavier now, as if gravity itself has softened. Your arms rest easily, your legs are supported. Your breathing finds its own quiet rhythm, in and out. There is nothing you need to monitor. Pilots up front are relaxed, alert, and experienced. This aircraft has crossed this road many times before, always finding its way through the dark with ease. You are simply a passenger tonight, carried, protected, allowed to rest. Somewhere in the cabin, a soft engine tone shifts slightly, not in a way that needs attention, just a gentle reminder that the flight continues. And with each minute that passes, your awareness can drift further inward. We are now far from land, flying quietly above the vast Pacific Ocean. Below us, the water stretches endlessly, unchanged, for thousands of miles. There is something deeply calming about this part of the journey. Nothing to look at, nothing to anticipate, just smooth, continuous motion. If thoughts appear, you don't need to follow them. They can float by like distant clouds, never asking for your energy. You may not even hear every word I say now, and that's perfectly fine. Your mind knows how to drift in and out. Even partial listening is enough. Your body understands this sound escape. The engine hum, the gentle airflow, the stillness of night. These sounds signal safety. They signal rest. And you can sink deeper with every breath. The cabin is almost completely quiet now. Most passengers are resting peacefully. Blankets rise and fall with slow breathing. Lights remain dim and constant. There are no announcements, no interruptions. Only the quiet companionship of shared rest. If you are still awake, you don't need to try to fall asleep. Sleep comes naturally when it's ready. Until then, you can simply rest. Time passes differently up here. Minutes stretch softly. Hours blend together. You are suspended between destinations, between days, between responsibilities. This space belongs entirely to rest. Somewhere far ahead of us, the first hints of morning are beginning to form. But here in the cabin, night still holds us. The aircraft continues steadily, unaffected by time zones or clocks. You may feel completely detached from the idea of time now, as if it no longer matters. And it doesn't. This is the kind of sleep that happens naturally, without effort, without thought. If you wake briefly, the engine sound will still be there. The cabin will still be calm. You can drift back under easily, like sinking into warm water. Far below, the outline of Japan begins to emerge beneath the clouds. Quiet cities still sleeping. Coastlines meeting the sea. But there is no need to wake yet. The flight remains smooth, unhurried. Morning will arrive gradually, just as sleep did. Nothing abrupt, nothing demanding. You are still safe, still carried. So we continue quietly through the night. The aircraft holds its altitude with ease, guided by invisible pathways in the sky that have been traveled thousands of times before. Up here, everything is predictable, measured, stable. The flight management system monitors every detail, making tiny adjustments you will never notice, keeping the ride smooth and constant. This is one of the safest places you could possibly be. Outside the window, the darkness remains complete. No landmarks, no movement, just space and time. You may feel as if your body became heavier now, or if you are lighter than before, resting somewhere between thought and sleep. Breathing happens on its own, slow, effortless, in and out. Nothing needs your attention. If your mind drifts, that's exactly what it's meant to do. There is no story you need to follow, no detail you need to remember. You can listen or not listen at all. Both are perfect. Somewhere ahead of us, the pilots sit quietly in the dim flight deck, monitoring instruments that glow softly in the dark. They speak only when necessary. Most of the time, there is silence. This is the rhythm of long-haul flight. Calm stretches of stillness, designed for rest. And just like the aircraft, you are allowed to be on autopilot now. Your muscles don't need to hold anything. Your thoughts don't need to form sentences. If there is any remaining tension in your body, it can drain downward, out through your legs, leaving you heavier and more relaxed. The cabin temperature is steady. The air flows gently, never changing suddenly. Every system is working quietly in the background, so you don't have to. Minutes pass unnoticed. Time zones shift below us. The night continues uninterrupted. You may not know where you are anymore, and you don't need to right now. This flight knows the way. Even if you wake briefly, even if you shift slightly in your seat, you can settle back immediately. Nothing has changed. The engine sound is still there. The cabin is still calm. Sleep is always close. We move smoothly above layers of cloud, their shapes hidden in darkness, stretching endlessly beneath us. Sometimes the air feels perfectly still, as if we are floating rather than flying. And in moments like this, rest deepens naturally. There is no effort involved, no intention required, just allowing. If you notice my voice fading in and out, that's a sign you are doing this exactly right. You are safe, you are supported, you are carried. The hours before morning are the quietest part of the flight. The world below is almost completely asleep. Cities rest, oceans remain dark, air traffic thins. And up here, there is only steady forward motion, a gentle crossing. You may feel as though you've been here a long time already, or as though you just arrived. Both sensations are common when the mind lets go of time. There is nothing you need to prepare for yet, no arrival to anticipate, no decision waiting. For now, this is simply a place to rest, a pause between destinations, a calm stretch of night. You can sink even deeper now, letting the sound of flight blend completely into the background. Breathing slow, body still, mind drifting. Nothing to hold, nothing to manage, just sleep. As the night continues, the flight remains smooth and unbroken. Far ahead of us, morning will arrive gently. But there is no need to wake yet. The aircraft continues exactly as it should. Steady, quiet, safe. Whether you are fully asleep now or drifting just beneath the surface, you can remain here as long as you like. There will be no sudden sounds, no abrupt changes, only the calm rhythm of flight carrying you forward through the night. You are protected. You are at ease. You can rest deeply. The engines maintain their soft, constant hum. The cabin stays dim and peaceful. Everything is taken care of. You don't need to follow the journey anymore. You don't need to listen. You can simply sleep. Good night.